Hello, this is fourth grade worksheet, and we'll go over the questions that seems very hard. Okay. So first of all, number 2. So you're adding 213 and a number, and we'll call it x. And this is just a placeholder where this x can be any number. And if you add this x to 213, your outcome is going to be 334. So one way to approach this question is to isolate x, which is your placeholder. And what I mean by isolate is just simply make your equation, and then equation something equals to some number. And since your x is going to be a placeholder, and then this equal sign tells you that this x, which is a placeholder, is a number, we can then figure out what this x is. So in order to isolate what x is, you're going to subtract 213 both sides, and we will get 135. And since we set it equal to each other in here, your x, which is your placeholder, is going to be 135. Okay, let's try this question. This is the same thing as what I saw previously, and we'll call it x again. So first thing first, you have to isolate the x by itself. So in order to do that, you're gonna subtract 360 both sides always, because if you're modifying one side, you also have to modify it to another side. Or if there's like not just two, let's say that you have something equations right here, equation number 1 is equal to equation number 2 is equal to equation number 3, and so on. If you modified in this equation, let's say that I subtracted 340, you also have to subtract to the other sides too, and so on. So once we subtract 360, we should get 776. So again, if your x is isolated, then whatever is equal to a number is going to be equal to this placeholder, which is the x. So because we figure out this is 76, your x is going to be 76. Okay, multiplication. Let's try number 1. Always write it vertically so that it is easier for you to multiply. So first of all, you are multiplying 6 and then 1. So this is 30, this is 12, but you add 1, so it'll be 15. This is 6 plus 1 is 7, and you basically just rewrite 125. So this will become 2000. Number 2, 234 times 13. This is 12, and this is 9, but plus 1 is 10. This is 6 plus 1 is 7. And just rewrite. This becomes 3042. Let's try number 4. So the other way to approach this question is when you're multiplying and then there's a 0, then you can always put it back and then just multiply 12 times 11. And later on, you have to know something called perfect square. And then what perfect square does is that if you multiply itself, which is in this case it will be 11. So 11 times 11 is 121, and this is called perfect square. because you know that the square looks like this, and then every side is equal. This line is equal, and then if your one side is 11, then the other side is 11. And the area is going to be 121, because in order to find the area of square, you multiply side by side. So this is why we call it perfect square. And since we multiply 11 and 11 times 11, in order to find out 11 times 12, you're basically just going to add 11. So this will be 132. So just write 132. So your answer is going to be 1320. Let's try number 8. 431 times 15. 5 times 1 is 5. This is 15. This is 20 plus 1 is 21. And just rewrite. And add 6, 4, 6. So it'll be 6,465. Okay, I hope addition is pretty simple, because addition is not that hard, and then it is not really gigantic number. So again, let's try number 3. 913, and I always like to put the largest number on the top, but it doesn't matter if it works by putting just lower number or just putting your first number as the top. It works totally fine. So whatever works for you, use that method. So 6 plus 3 is 9. This is 7. This is 10. Will be 1079. Let's try number 7. 534 plus 239. This is 3. This is 7. This is 7 again. So it'll be 773. And then let's do some word problems. Okay, number 1. Sally has a total of 150 seashells. And she's able to sell this much. And how many seashells does Sally have left to sell? So basically, you first have initial amount, initial. This looks like an imaginary number. Initial. Actually, I'll just call it I. Initial is 150. And able to sell is 142. So you're just going to basically subtract them. It'll be 8. So once Sally sells a seashell, there will be 8 seashells left. And the last question, number 4. Jimmy has 4 boxes of crayons. In each box there are this much. And how much total crayon does Jimmy have in total? So there are 4 boxes, and then one box contains 36 crayons. So basically you're just gonna multiply 36 and 4. So it'll be 4 times 6 is 24. And 4 times 2 is 14, plus 2 is 144. So there will be total of 144 crayons. And always don't forget this year unit.